Hello! In this video we're going to be putting together a snow globe, but we're going to be doing the one with windows. Now I just wanted to quickly show you there are also scene dies within your snow globe, and I'll be making one of those in another video. So I'll just set them to one side. And also in this collection, Snow Globe collection, you've also got 3 sentiments. So these are Let It Snow, Winter Wonderland and Season's Greetings. I can show you the Let It Snow I've used on this snowflake card. This is also within the hexagon collection. Is the these snowflake pieces are from the hexagon gift bag. And then on one of the plinths I've used the Winter Wonderland. So this is a way that you can use your sentiments with your snow globe. So they will all fit on there. So if you wanted to use any kind of sentiments, you can. They will all fit on your plinth, which you can use underneath your snow globe. Okay, so just set those to one side. Now, there is a really important tip to tell you about when you're putting windows in your snow globe. So you want to cut your pieces using this big die, and then you want to fold along the score lines. Now your scores are in for the top 3, but for the bottom one there's only score lines that come out a little way because the window panel was here when it was created, when it was manufactured. Now when you're doing the snow globe with windows, you don't need to score along there. So that's fine. You don't need to do it. Now when we come to do the snow globe with the seams, you will need to score across there. So for now, don't worry about that. And we'll score along all the tabs, and then if you use a red liner tape you can add your tape to all the tabs. Okay, so once that's all scored and ready to go, then you want to put your little windows in. This is so important that you do it this way around, because and I'll show you in a moment, once you've cut your, actually it's probably better if I just plop them in the other way around. They've had some sticky tape on the back, so they're a little bit sticky. I tape them into place when I run them through the machine. Okay, so you want to center them. I can't lean over it as I would if I was in my craft room. But you want to centre them in each panel, and it's easier to do that once you've folded along your score lines, because you can see the edges clearer. But the other thing is, when you cut these out, and I'll just move that to one side now, you get a piece like this. Now, those bars, I tried to make these as small as I could and make the windows as big as I could so you can see through. Because the thing is with a snow globe, you don't really want your bars to be obstructing your view, because if you're doing a clear one, obviously you want to be able to see what's inside. So I did these as thin as I could. Now on this one, my first one, so this is, I did it with mirror card, and the reason for that, it worked really well, is because I wanted, when you look at it, the light to reflect off the bar so they didn't obstruct too much. But yeah, so on this one, I cut the windows at the same time as I cut the outside. Then when I tried to fold along the score line, it kept wanting to fold at the corner points of the windows. It was really, really difficult. I had to use a ruler and bend up against a ruler to get in between those two window lines to get the score lines in. So if you do it that way round, you might think, I won't do that next time. I mean, you can see here, if you were to bend here, it would want to bend on that corner instead of on that score line. But because it was scored ahead of time, it will actually bend on that score line, which will make for nice you know, crisp corners and lines when you do your assembly. Now you can, when you're doing your windows, you can line it with, you know, whatever you want. You can put vellum in there or a frosted acetate, but the whole idea is, you know, particularly if you want to use it for a luminary, luminary, I think it's luminaire. Yeah, I always get those two mixed up. Okay, but I think the whole idea with having a window is that you can see through. So we're going to be using acetate. Now what you want to do is you want to cut this die twice. So you're cutting it once for your outside piece and then again for your vellum. That's not vellum, that's acetate. And again for your acetate. Gosh, I'm getting mixed up, aren't I? All you need to do then is cut your tabs off, because we don't need those. Now I've scored along. You can crease along those score lines if you like. And again, I've not done the bottom one. Okay, now I've already put some red liner tape on the inside. I've used 3mm. Now it's overhanging the bottom a little bit, so I haven't got perfect placement there. I don't think I went quite high enough up, but it's okay. So if it's gonna, I just gotta make sure that my tabs will come round. It's not obstructing those. Okay, so all I need to do is just trim off a little bit on the bottom. Okay, there we go. So, to create your snow globe, you want 6 of those. Oh no, I know what I've forgotten to do. I forgot to put my my distress stain on it. I wonder if I could lift that off. I recommend doing it before you put your acetate on, because with the lantern here, I put my vellum in and then I was putting my distress stain on afterwards, and some of it got onto my vellum. So what I've been doing is putting them on first. I wonder if that will lift up. No, it won't. Well, I'm going to be putting gilding wax on it at the end. Maybe I'll try and add a bit of distress stain. Such a tongue twister for me. I'll put it on at the end. Silly me. So that's another recommendation from me. Put your if you're going to be doing anything that might overlap your windows, do it at the beginning. Okay, so let's take our red liner tape off. Now I do recommend you use red liner tape with this die. I don't often make recommendations like that, because some people like to do their construction with wet glue, you know, with a good quality PVA or acrylic glue, because it gives them wiggle time, which is always a good thing, because you can, you know, move your pieces around so they're in exactly the right place. But the problem with this is, when you've got acetate on the inside that you're trying to stick to, it's it's non-porous. So it takes ages for the glue to dry. And when you get to the last couple of pieces, when they come round and you're trying to put the last couple of pieces in, it's kind of like a coiled spring, so it's kind of under pressure, and tape is just so much easier. It's like one and done. But the problem with that is, if you don't get it quite the right place, it can be difficult to you can't slide it around like you can glue, basically. Okay, we're putting the last piece in now, and you can kind of see it's like see what I mean about it being like a coiled spring. So you just want to open it up. If you alternate somewhere up here, it will kind of hold it a bit open for you. What I'm going to do is try and do the top piece now, and then I think those couple of side pieces might be a little bit easier. Yep, that's in. So if I bend these two inside, let's see, I've taken the tape off the outside. See if I can just pop that in. Oh God, that's sticky. There we go. And we've just got our last piece. I'll take the tape off on the inside. Okay. Okay, so there we have it. Here's our brass version. Kind of reminds me of a what do they call them? Terrarium? you know, the old-fashioned ones. Okay, so I'm going to put some gilding wax on this now, and that'll make it look extra brassy. Okay, so I've added some gilding wax to give it that extra brass look. I've got a little bit on my acetate, but I'll just remove that with a little bit of alcohol. Okay, so I also put gilding wax all over my plinth, so there should be a matching pair. And there we are. We've got that real old-fashioned terrarium look, haven't we? Now you can put well, you can put anything in there that you know, it could be artificial plants to make it look like a terrarium. Or what I've done is I just got a polystyrene cone and I covered it with some holly leaves from my Luminary Christmas range, and I just cut them out of some foamer. And then the top is one of the centerpieces from my Luminary Snowflake edition. So I've got a 3D Christmas tree that can sit in the middle of there. And then what you can do is you can put some, I can't really tip that because it'll fall over it, yeah. But I'm hoping that you can get the impression there of what I'm trying to do. You can put some fake snow around the bottom, or you can put an LED light in there, a pillar candle, an electric one, and then you could get some use some of my Christmas Luminanthums and put them around the base of the candle in there. LED candle, of course. And there you have it. So that's an alternative. I'll show you the other window one I did, and I'll show you on the pewter plinth so you can see the difference. So there's the silver one with the pewter plinth, and then I dotted around some white acrylic paint to make these little snow dots to make it look like a snow globe. And there's our brass. It's our brass effect one. And I'd love to see what you decide to display in yours.